What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D back at you with another video. Whoa! So, today we are going over CM Punk's WWE return 1 year later. Now, Survivor Series is next Saturday, November 30th. And I'm not sure. I believe last year it would have been this weekend. I believe it would have been this weekend last year. Don't quote me on that. But with that being said, Survivor Series is coming up, which would make it 1 year since CM Punk has returned and shocked the world in WWE. So we are going to review what has happened in this 1 year since CM Punk has returned. And it has been a beautiful blessing. Since he has been back, he has been nothing but great. And I know AEW is hurt right now because of it. It's a different place this one. AEW is a hugely different place since CM Punk left. That's all I'm saying. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so CM Punk came out at the end of War Games in Chicago, right? They play his entrance. The explosion of the crowd went absolutely insane. Everybody was going crazy. Everybody was losing their shit. It was beautiful. And then, while this is all going on, you got the streamers online, your Santi Zaps, your Wheezy Blondes, your Con Mans, your In the Clutch. All of these wonderful people were going insane, going crazy. Where was your boy forever? Honestly, I was at the club. It's Thanksgiving weekend. One of my boys always comes up Thanksgiving weekend, and I was at the club with all my friends and all my homies. We're having a great time. It was good to see my boy, my brother, and all that. And then my older brother, is calling me. And I'm like, bro, why are you calling me? I'm at the club. He knows I'm at the club. So I'm like, hello? What? He goes, yo, CM Punk has returned. I stopped everything that I was doing. Took my ass to the corner. Turned on Survivor Series on my phone and watched CM Punk's return, jumping up and down like a schoolgirl. It was the happiest moment. My friends are like, yo, what's wrong with you? I go, yo, I look at my best friend. I say, bro, CM Punk is back. Kearney's like, what? Excuse me? Punk? I said, bro, I gotta leave tonight. I gotta leave right now. It was just like that emotion, that just like, wow. Nothing mattered to me in that moment from when CM Punk came back. I say that to say this. CM Punk then goes to Monday Night Raw, cuts a promo that had that had the world very split. CM Punk came out and he kind of gave the, I'm home, you guys are home, I'm happy to be back speech, which left a lot of people like, I don't know how I feel about that. That's really just what happened, and that's really what went down. And then everyone's like, where's this spicy CM Punk? If he's going to be sappy CM Punk, we don't really want that, right? And then he went to SmackDown. And boy, did he start a fire with this promo. He starts an absolute fire. He starts talking about Roman Reigns. The most important person he talked about in this, he mentioned Randy Orton. He mentioned Kevin Owens. He mentioned L.A. Knight. Yeah. He mentioned all these people. But the most important person he mentioned was Seth freaking Rollins. Why? Because at Survivor Series, there are so many different videos where you can see Seth Rollins going absolutely ape shit, throwing up the middle fingers, cursing up a storm because CM Punk was back. Seth Rollins absolutely hates CM Punk. So we're watching real shit in front of our eyes. And CM Punk didn't let that go unnoticed. He kept saying, everybody was so happy to see me, except that one guy. And he says to him, this guy's not even the man in his own household. And I'm like, oh, okay. Talk your shit, CM Punk. But then he said something that was like very internet based. A lot of people say this on the internet. People on like Busted Open, for example, Bully Ray, Mark Henry, David LaGreca. They said this on there. They were saying, is all Seth Rollins have is that song? Is that the only thing that he's over with? They know he's a great wrestler. He's a phenomenal wrestler. But because he comes out and he's dancing and he's silly, people asked, is the only thing he has is that whoa, whoa song. And the first thing CM Punk does, he picks at it. And the crowd, he says Seth Rollins' name, and they start singing his song. And the first thing CM Punk says is, go on, sing it up. Keep singing that song. That's all he's got. And I'm like, jaw on the ground. Yo, that's crazy. And that shit was like, oh, we know what we're getting. CM Punk then announces that he's entering the Royal Rumble to get back what he has wished for, desired, and to finish what he started. And that was main eventing WrestleMania. And at this moment, everybody and their mother had CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble. CM Punk ends up going in having a promo with Cody Rhodes. Actually, we're going to get to the other person he had a promo with before. But he had a promo with Cody Rhodes. And that promo was about the Royal Rumble. And that promo was very, 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 very intense. Because those two, CM Punk saying to Cody, I'm more of the American dream than you are. Basically calling him he's a Nepo baby. CM Punk talks about how he had to work hard and he had to grind to be where he is. Just like the American dream. And Cody Rhodes comes back and says, let's talk about the pipe bomb. Everything you said in that pipe bomb, I went and actually did. So where you talked, I walked. So I guess that makes me more CM Punk than you. And then it got real. CM Punk goes, okay, yeah, okay. And then CM Punk says, let me give you the road to WrestleMania picture right here, okay? You'll be doing all these appearances. You're on the cover of the video game. Congratulations, by the way. But what's that in the distance? It's a much bigger star who was coming back to take everything away from you. The crowd immediately pops. Because we're all thinking about The Rock. And we're like, damn, CM Punk did not just say that to him. And CM Punk goes, and I'm talking about me. And it was just that promo. One of my favorite promos of the year. Absolutely no questions asked. And then we talk about Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre comes out, talks about how much he hates CM Punk. Cannot stand him. And CM Punk says to him, you know what? I'll do you the honor, Drew, of throwing you out first. Walks out. We get to the Royal Rumble. CM Punk ends up tearing his tricep again from the hands of Drew McIntyre, canceling his road to WrestleMania. CM Punk will not be cleared to fight at WrestleMania 40. We're all hurt. We're all sad. We're all shocked. We're like, come on. This can't be fucking real. CM Punk comes out on live television in that big ass brace. And you can see the emotions. Not even a brace, in a sling. You can see the emotions all over his face. He tells a real nice story about his friend Chad, who has cancer. And he talks about how he's strong and how this is nothing but a flesh wound. I will go rehab. I will get better. I will find my way to WrestleMania next year. I will get back. I will do everything in my power. This is not the last you've seen of CM Punk. And when that becomes very true. Drew McIntyre. Music hits. Drew comes out. They boo the shit out of Drew. And then Drew comes out and he's playing this very sentimental card. Like, when you talked about your friend Chad and everything, I felt that. That was real. But Punk, I have to let you know. I prayed for this. And it happened. Those lines right there took Drew from wherever he was, shot right back to the top of the card. Drew McIntyre became an even bigger superstar in that one moment. And then he goes on, beats the shit out of CM Punk, steps on his arm, makes it worse. What they told in that story was so beautiful. And then they have a great promo between Punk, Seth, and Drew, as Seth Rollins is your World Heavyweight Champion. So it becomes Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre as your opening match of WrestleMania 40, Night 2. Before we get there, we have a promo on Raw. I believe it's like right before WrestleMania. CM Punk announces that he will be on commentary for Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre wins the World Heavyweight Championship. He celebrates with his wife. He finally wins in front of a big-ass crowd. Then, Drew gets up and can't let it go and talks all this shit to CM Punk. Gives him the suck it sign. Tells him to kiss his ass. Puts the title in his face. Because we all know that Drew McIntyre was not supposed to be in this spotlight. And then all you see is CM Punk snaps. CM Punk grabs him by his foot, knocks him down off the table, takes that brace off, and keeps hitting him repeatedly, and hitting him, and hitting him, and hitting him with that brace. And then Damian Priest's music hits. Damian Priest runs down, hits him with the South of Heaven. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre lost the World Heavyweight Championship in 5 minutes. Wow. And all this starts. And it goes back to one specific moment when CM Punk said, I am not a bad guy. But when pushed, I am Satan himself. And CM Punk said, as long as there's there's breath in my lungs, as long as I'm still breathing, you will never be champion. And those words were very strong. CM Punk finally gets cleared. And CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. They have one of the best SummerSlam matches I've ever seen. And that match was absolutely fire, so storytelling driven. CM Punk ends up hitting Drew with the GTS as they're in this feud. Excuse me, he hit Seth with GTS. Drew hits him with the Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Now, during this time, as just little tidbits for you guys to know, CM Punk wears this bracelet on his arm that has AJ's name and Larry on it. It's really just a cheap ass bracelet, but the significance are the names on there. Drew McIntyre bloodied CM Punk up and took that bracelet from him. And they were fighting over that bracelet because Drew McIntyre was wearing that shit on his arm the entire summer. And then, to make sure that it kept going, Adam Pearson made sure that Drew and CM Punk could not touch each other at all until SummerSlam. So when Drew McIntyre won, he thought it was over. No, it was not. They kept going. And then they ended up having a strap match at Bash in Berlin. CM Punk gets the victory there. CM Punk walks back out with the bracelet. Drew McIntyre comes out, attacks him on Monday Night Raw, takes the bracelet back. We're at 1-1. And there's only one way. A feud, a blood feud, a feud so violent can end. In a Hell in a Cell. At Bad Blood. Let's talk about the Hell in a Cell match. One of the best Hell in a Cell matches I've ever seen. One of the most gory Hell in a Cell matches I've ever seen. That match was brutal. It had meaning. Because when Drew McIntyre brought out that bag and you thought it was thumbtacks, but when he dropped it to the ring and it was nothing but the beads from the bracelet that CM Punk wore that was broken, that had AJ and Larry's name on it. This feud got absolutely chaotic. CM Punk ends up beating the hell out of Drew McIntyre in a blood feud. There was blood everywhere in that match. And CM Punk ends up walking away as your winner. And the best part about this was the way CM Punk sold it the night after Bad Blood on Monday Night Raw. When CM Punk walked out there, so sore, so defeated, because he said, I don't know how many Hell in a Cell matches I have left in me. And you could see it in his walk. He said he was living in a hotel because of where he needed to go for that Hell in a Cell match. He didn't want his wife and his dog Larry to see him like that. And CM Punk said he was going away for a little while. But to heal up and to come back as him. CM Punk's been gone ever since. And now, we may be asking, what's next for CM Punk? Well, it's very simple. There's one person who's left for CM Punk right now. One. And that is Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins right now is that one person that is left for CM Punk to feud with. That he can tell that story and you can craft it just like you did with Drew McIntyre. There is so much money on the line right there for CM Punk and Drew and Seth freaking Rollins. How I see it? At the Royal Rumble. Because we all know that Monday Night Raw on Netflix, fireworks are going off. January 6th. In the Intuit Dome. Los Angeles Clippers home. CM Punk's already advertised to be there. We haven't seen CM Punk since Bad Blood. I said, what I see happening is Gunther will beat Damian Priest at Survivor Series. Gunther will beat whoever the hell he's going to fight at Saturday night's main event. And Gunther's going to be talking about Adam Pearce. He's going to be telling Adam Pearce, I need a real contender. Somebody who can bring the best out of me. Somebody who is man enough to step up to the ring general. And then you hear that CM Punk will be challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Royal Rumble. And could you imagine if Seth Rollins screws CM Punk out of the World Heavyweight Championship and telling him your dreams are not going to happen? I will die before I let you have that title. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my God. Boom. A new blood feud starts. And a new blood feud that is desperately needed, that will take you through the Netflix era. And besides CM Punk, besides Seth Rollins, what else is in another feud for CM Punk that he could have? Roman Reigns. The moment CM Punk and Roman Reigns are in the same ring together, oh my God. The building will shake. It will be an earthquake. Magnifying moment. The very first time you do CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. You have to. You have to do that. You have to do Seth and Roman. Those three right there are just, can be swimming in a pool of money. And I want to end this off by saying thank you to CM Punk for coming back. Because honestly, guys, if CM Punk doesn't come back to WWE, you don't have this channel. You don't have me talking about wrestling like this. I don't have 10,000 subscribers if it wasn't for CM Punk's WWE return. This return was iconic. This 1 year was memorable. And this return was something we will never, ever forget. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Forever gang. And until forever finds you.